Hi, I'm Katie Huntley. I'm the resident archaeologist and ancient historian here in the History Department at Boise State University. I teach courses on the ancient Mediterranean, so about the cultures of ancient Greece, Rome, Egypt, and Mesopotamia. You'd be surprised how much the history of the ancient Mediterranean impacts us today, from things like politics and government, to religion and philosophy, to ideas about gender and sexuality, and race and ethnicity. I challenge you to take one of my courses and find out. So, the ancient peoples of the Mediterranean left us some really interesting evidence, and I want to tell you about my favorite work of ancient literature, written by Roman in the 1st century CE. It's called the Satyricon, and it's an epic poem that's meant to be a parody of the Odyssey by Homer. Now, you might be familiar with the Odyssey. It's the tale of Odysseus, cursed by the goddess Hera and forced to wander in search of his home. So the Satyricon is about a man named Encolpius, whose name means the crotch, and he's been cursed by Priapus, the fertility god, and he can't get it up. So it's about his search for his erection. Beyond being hilarious and very entertaining, the work actually tells us a lot about the ancient Romans, from their ideas about sexuality to their perspectives on life and death and their sense of humor. It tells us about the lives of slaves and former slaves and other non-elites. It gives us insight into aspects of their daily lives, like eating and drinking practices. In fact, at one point, Encolpius, our protagonist, attends a lavish, over-the-top dinner party hosted by a man named Trimalchio, who was a former slave and a nouveau riche. Now, the story of Trimalchio's dinner party might be familiar to you if you've read F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, because it was based on that story from the Satyricon. So I hope that gives you a little taste of how interesting the ancient Mediterranean was, and I hope to see you in class.